Well, Lord Mayor, thank you for joining our program today, and thank you for visiting Hong Kong.
Well, I'm delighted to be here. It's the end of a very exciting 6-day period that we've had in the mainland and here, visiting Beijing, Shanghai, Chongqing and now Hong Kong.
Yeah. Well, while you are visiting Hong Kong at this moment, we are still facing the financial crisis. So what was your view on this crisis? Do you think the worst is over, or you think maybe we see more bad timing ahead?
Well, I think that it's important to maintain relationships in bad times, difficult times, as well as in prosperity. Now, of course, last year we had a really very bad period in the third quarter and fourth quarter when the world faced a global tsunami, a financial tsunami. What we've seen since then is very decisive government action across the world, stabilising domestic economies, putting capital into banks which have needed it. So we've seen a lot of government action across the world which has stabilised the world economy. Now, it is true that this year is not going to be an easy year, and we're halfway through it, for the world economy. Very strong economies like China are showing much reduced growth. Similar position in Brazil, may I say. Elsewhere, we're seeing economies such as Hong Kong, such as the UK, with negative growth. But I think that we're at least in a stable position. So we may not yet have reached the bottom, but the rate of decline is now much slower. Governments, I think, are more in control. Confidence is returning, all of which are crucial things. And we've had the OECD report on Western economies, who've said that in their view the UK will have the shallowest recession of all of the countries and will be the first out. So we're beginning to get authoritative international institutions talking about the recovery phase.
Well, as you mentioned, maybe we already passed the worst part of this crisis. So under that situation, what are the major opportunities and challenges ahead for London?
Well, it's not just for London that there are major opportunities and challenges. It is for the world. And what we have seen over the past year is the complete interconnectivity of our modern world. And if anyone ever doubted it, they no longer do so. The increase in the oil price, I mean, you and I may not like paying more for our petrol, but the increase in oil price is obviously good in terms of a reflection of global economic activity. So we've got, I think, some hints that we may be coming through the dark period. But I think it's fair to say that confidence everywhere remains fragile, and it's too early to be certain that we are actually coming out of the global recession. And I think we're probably a year off where we will see a complete resumption of growth again.